YouTube, Rumble, Twitter, you guys, welcome back to the channel. And before we start this, if you are of legal age and you're able to actually consume alcohol, I highly recommend that you grab a glass, you grab your favorite beverage, because this one's kind of dark. I'm gonna be real with you, it's pretty damn dark. Now, I covered this story about a New Hampshire lawmaker, Stacie Laughton, a little while back with some very disturbing details on what Stacie had been up to. So apparently Stacie had a giant laundry list of past issues that I didn't bring up in my last video, so I thought I'd bring them up here and now. Apparently Stacie had issued a bomb threat to a hospital at one point, that hospital being Southern New Hampshire Medical Center on February 27th, 2015. And apparently the judge in this case reduced the sentencing for that crime to just a misdemeanor. And other legal issues such as stalking and so on, I'm not going to go down the entire list, but let's just say Stacie had a very unsavory past. But nothing besides the bomb threat, which isn't a really comparable offense, comes close to what Stacie was doing with very disgusting child images. Now, since Stacie was arrested on June 22nd for having said images and doing something with them, everything wasn't entirely clear at the time. There's been some new light on the situation, a new opening in the story, and it is even more disgusting than I actually thought it would have been. Which leads us into today's title of the story, you guys. Trans Democrats' child P charges spark conservative fury over ideology. Of course, this is going to add ammunition to the Conservative Party. The Conservative Party has been advocating against these people for a while now, and this only gives the Republican Party a bit more of an argument. I myself do not consider myself a conservative, but I do find myself aligned with the conservatives mostly on this topic. Not entirely though, so let's make that clear. But let's jump into it. The news that a transgender former Democratic lawmaker faces charges over allegedly colluding with a daycare center employee to obtain child P has sparked outrage, with some conservatives linking it to the party's support for pro-LGBTQ+ policies. Stacie Marie Laughton, 39, of Hampshire, New Hampshire, was arrested and charged with one count of sexual exploitation of children and aiding and abetting on June 22nd, according to the U.S. Attorney's Office in Boston. Federal prosecutors say that Laughton showed several people nude photos of children as young as 3 that she had received from her intimate partner who worked at a daycare facility. The news comes amid bitter political disagreement over LGBTQ+ rights. Republicans in over 24 states are trying to stop gender-affirming care for minors and drag shows in front of youngsters in steps they say are intended to protect children. Critics say that such matters are harming all LGBTQ+ people, particularly vulnerable youths, and depriving them of their rights. So the whole Stacie working with their intimate partner in order to obtain child images, that's pretty dang rough, and that's absolutely disgusting, especially with some of these kids being around 3 years of age. And this person, Lindsay Groves, basically having kids stripped down so that they can take pictures of the kids' genitals and also touching the kids' genitals. But I do want to point out how disgusting it is that the writer of this article, Maura Zurich, I think I'm pronouncing that right, tries to do a little bit of advocacy inside this article, using phrases like vulnerable youths and depriving them of their rights, which is a pretty bold and stupid thing to do when we're talking about two grown adults taking photos and distributing photos of children, and also one of them actually handling the children. A daycare worker who was trusted by parents to take care of their children was doing the most awful crap you can do to a child. You want to talk about vulnerability? You want to talk about actual risk to children? Well, you're looking at it. On June 20th, Nasha police responded to a report that Laughton allegedly showed at least 3 people 4 images of what appeared to be child P, according to the affidavit sent to Newsweek by the U.S. Attorney's Office. Groves, 38, of Hudson, New Hampshire, was also charged in June with sexual exploitation of children and distribution of child P after she allegedly admitted that she sent the P images to Laughton, according to the online statement from the U.S. Attorney's Office. Groves confessed to taking nude pictures of several of the children in her care at Creative Minds Early Learning Center in Tyngsboro, Massachusetts, and texting the photos to Laughton, federal prosecutors said. Investigators uncovered more than 10,000 texts exchanged between Laughton and Groves in less than a month, according to the affidavit. The messages from May 10th to June 16th included graphic discussion about having sex with underage girls and at least 4 sexual explicit images of children who appear to be roughly 3 to 5 years old, prosecutors said. The affidavit included several disturbing and graphic excerpts. The text exchanges allegedly between Laughton and Groves, which showed the pair talking about Laughton, who identifies as a female but is biologically a male, where she had said she was employed for roughly 6 years. Something tells me when the authorities start to dig into Grove a little bit further, after 6 years of working at this place, they're going to find a lot more stuff just kind of laying around. Now, I don't know much more to add to this, you guys, other than these 2 people are absolute monsters. Like, there's nothing more to it. Doesn't matter what their jobs were, doesn't matter what their position in life was. This is the work of actual demons, in my opinion. This is some of the worst things you can do to another human being, especially to a child. This is disgusting beyond measure. But of course, I want to hear what you guys are thinking in the comments comments section down below. But of course, don't forget to hit the like or the dislike button, you guys. Subscribe to the channel, hit that notification bell so you get notified every time I post a new video, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.